You know what?
Oh, tried to go underneath. Nice hold.
Yeah.
Oh, blocked. Beast, where you at?
I was trying to tag you.
I'm over here just getting hit.
Beef, where you at? That's really how it be.
Oh, we are not designed to play tag. Nah, I was wrong for picking Alpha anyway, so it don't matter. I deserve my loss. But Beast got robbed. I will say, you're right, but I will say Beast got robbed. Because you were negative enough for him to punish twice, and he still got beat out. And he tried it. I saw the punish go out. He got robbed, so Beast was the real winner of that set. Because he took on the two of y'all.
Yeah, he
and got robbed. Beast was the winner of that set.
He definitely fucked me up.
I got you, Beast. I'm gonna be your support cycle.
I went in there really regretting now my decision.
Got my little flower in my hair.
Nah.
I didn't pick her.
I feel like this is getting real disrespectful right here.
Very.
I don't even remember how to fight this kid. Well, I've never even learned how to fight her.
I can't avoid this.
What? That's so... Man.
Oh yeah, did you not confirm it?
Yeah, because I got stuck on a hairstyle.
Hey! Oh shit! I wasn't prepared!
You can't even set that controller down for 2 seconds.
I held the shit out of that high.
I really like that dress on Ayana.
Thank you. I designed
I
it.
feel like it has like it complements her theme perfectly. Cause I think she got daggers on her too. Wow, that was the back thing.
Why'd you switch back? I'm trying to let you recover health!
I don't know.
Fuck, I wasn't ready! I'm so mad. I stood
I
there.
did that. That slow move.
Yes, with that trick.
Wow. Do you stop knowing what I'm about to do?
Nah, keep knowing. Read that hoe.
Oh. No! Don't be reading me.
Please, we gotta communicate when we want to tag. You can't just do it. Alright, I'm coming in. I said I was coming in!
I'm bad. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh my god!
Okay. Oh! Goodness, I need a assist. I'm in need of...
Got you.
Thank you. Look at the health comparison. Not you playing her so evasive.
Damn it.
This is smart strategy. I hate fighting. That was a nice shot.
Thank you.
Good. Okay, I'm coming. Nice. I am confusion.
Alright, Beast, need you, need you!
I don't know how I let him get out of there.
Punish! Hey, okay,
Wow,
okay.
grab punish.
Oop! Alright, Beast, we gotta get you out.
Alright.
I wasn't ready! I said we got to! I didn't say do it! Fuck! Alright, just for clarity, when I say we need to get you out, that means we have to hit them and then let the other person tag in. This way we're safe. Oh, I love it. I love it, Beast. I love it. I'm having so much fun.
I'm
glad nobody in here gives two damns about winning or losing either.
Not at all.
Because I swear to God, if we really did, like, all of us be salty all the time.
All up in here, man. I heard that, but I don't know. Time for some entertainment.
Excuse me.
Wow.
That was a solid 10. Solid 10.
That sounded real straight.
I mean, I'm saying, that's how a man bird.
I've never.
Punish! I mean, that was good. Not an actual punish, but it was good. I ain't mad at you. Oh, Lunas, you think you're gonna pick Ayane and trying to show mine up? You know damn well your Ayane can't handle mine.
Ooh.
We've proven that already.
I got you.
I got you, Beast. Okay, you can't say that while tagging!
Oh, nice.
Oh, I did the wrong input. I gotta eat that.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, goddamn. Neil Tengu is not DLA6. I gotta remember that she took more effort. Not you trying to step on Lunas.
He really did.
And you know what? Look what happened. Worked out perfectly, didn't it?
Wow.
I see.
This character is overpowered.
Character is far from overpowered. I just learned this man. He was one of my first mains in this game. Oh, that was
You
nice.
see the way I know to play him? That character overpowered.
Oh, sorry, Boost, it's you.
That was a nice crowd.
I was. But nah. Kage and I just play Hayate way differently. He's better at spacing. I'm better at, like, in-your-face pressure and frame traps.
No,
But
I don't know.
Kage definitely the better Hayate.
You can apply pressure to it. At least
Like I
to
say,
me.
he definitely the better Hayate. I have better traps, I guess you could say.
Oh, shit! Ooh, thank you, Luna. It was over for me. It was definitely over for me.
It's alright, Beast. It's alright. You're still killing it. Nice interrupts. Get a peasant, it's fine.
I couldn't figure out
Oh, that hell
how to
plus.
get over there.
Yeah, but that at least the guarantees.
Oh, I'm at the tag.
I got you. I'll do it myself. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Bitch, how we feel now?
Real friendly, bitch.
Okay, let's go.
Look at all his patience.
Thank you, Bob.
You're welcome. I was thinking it was a little crazy up in here.
A little bit, a little bit.
Nice.
Oh.
That read was
Damn.
nice. That read was nice. I can't say nothing. Beautifully done. Because you knew damn well I was ready for that other damn low.
Yeah, because you was looking for it last time.
You did what I do to Kage when I play Ayane. You played it, you read it, and you knew. Proud of you for that. Hey, okay, Beast. God damn! I saw a zip line.
Oh my god!
Yes! And the time. Let these bitches know.
I forgot how to bound combo.
Ooh, I'm not trying to override it. You know what I am? I'm overriding a save. I'm saving that just for us, Beast. We killed that. And by we, I mean you. You killed that.
Yeah,
Proud of you.
Alright, I ain't even mad. Let me go back to Kasumi.
Nah, I'm proud of you. Good job, Beast. For real.
Good stuff, Beast.
No, that was good. That was good. Let us see it.
We all love to see it. Hella proud. I'm gonna be my white trash Mary Rose. I do like. I wish they would bring this outfit back from Marie Rose.
Ouch.
I think I like it too.
Yeah, it's just straight white trash, but I love it.
Which outfit?
It's a cute overall.
Her overall and shit.
Oh. Little Mary Kate Ashley.
Basically.
Yeah, literally. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Literally.
I didn't know either until he said it, and once he did, I was like, I see it.
Oh damn! I started to choose that one and then went back to it.
Who you yelling?
Maid outfit.
No, I was gonna match it too, but I switched off that outfit.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Them throw punishes I see Beast going for, and then getting robbed. I'm tagging you out.
Alright.
This gonna be
I
the
didn't even
fight.
throw punish him on. I let it happen.
It's not.
Nope.
What can you punish on that character?
What I say you can?
I don't feel like that's appropriate.
That's guaranteed!
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That
fucking
is
hate this.
fake.
Nah, I hate Lunas. I'm gonna need for you to get your shit. I'm gonna need for you to get your shit.
Thank you.
Over here, fucking my guaranteed shit getting beat out. I got you. Watch what happens.
Wait, shit.
Not guaranteed then if it's getting beat out.
Beast taking care of it. I don't even care. He may lose, but you know what? He already damn near destroyed y'all. So right now, Beast the real OG up in here. And ain't nothing y'all. Oh, see, look at that.
Damn.
That's one.
This a beast.
Beast is not playing. He's like, let's go. Beast, I'm proud of you. You already growing so much.
So much.
I'm coming
There we
in.
go.
You petty.
Why? Why am I petty? Go ahead. Go ahead. It's fine. I'm letting Beast get all his recuperation time so he can have his moment. Because he gonna be the one to come in and whoop you tricks.
The diamonds on that. I'm check out.
Nice. That was the right option.
Thank you. Damn.
Damn.
Oh.
See, that was good. That was good.
Thank you.
Alright, Beast. You can handle this.
Alright, sit down.
Alright, Beast. Even if you don't win, you know what? You've already outplayed everybody here right now, so I don't even care.
You really did fuck me up.
Like, for real. Beast, you be coming up onto insurmountable odds and still be, you know, man, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there, Lunas. Privileged ass character. Throw punishable. Let me press.
Oh, I didn't mean to have that mask on this
You just noticed that?
I'm like
I'm gonna
really
get
just now noticing this.
We can do it over.
Okay.
Get it without the mask and I'm gonna put mine on.
Okay.
Oh, lordy.
I hope I don't have the mask on.
Whoa, whoa, bitch!
Okay, I get
If
my
I
mouse is fine.
If I didn't get it this time, it'd be so fucking irritating. Cause I sure realized I was on the wrong one. I was like, wait!
I need another drink.
I hate that the screen is so
costume.
cluttered.
It is.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
God damn. Beast, I can't be letting this happen to you. I can't be letting this happen to you!
I forgot they even knew how to play Coco. It's been so long. Wow. I'm out of time.
Thank you. I was like, I gotta get out. They were about to fuck
Oh,
me
I
up.
held the shit out of that! I didn't hold that. I'll eat that.
Ooh, nice flow. Damn, I have to be in stance.
I appreciate that save, Beast. Trust, I saw it, and I appreciate it. I couldn't save you in time. I tried. Oh, hell nah. Yours is not faster than me.
Well, I need to handle this.
Bruh!
Woo! Woo!
I did the right thing and I got robbed. It's fine. That's not faster. How is that? Oh, I hate your character. I'm so sick of this game. And you were able to do that. Nah, get over here. Don't tag out. Don't tag out. Like, how? I'm calling real BS right now. I'm calling such BS. Like, I really do not like your character. I'm about to pick Asumi.
No!
Nah, I'm about to pick Asumi. I ain't even playing with you no more. That's right. Taunt's in the middle of it, Beast. Taunt. Whoop these taunts. Whoop them. Whoop them.
It's not me you mad at.
Now I'm mad, because how did you beat that out?
I didn't do anything. Ah!
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, get out of there.
There's unlimited time, homie.
We still got the life lead.
I don't matter.
Chop, chop.
Like how in the middle of my move? Like, oh my god! I'm picking Kasumi. I'm getting
Oh
irritated.
my god.
I'm like, nah. If we gonna play and I'm gonna lose to PS, you gonna beat your own character.
You know, Uno looking mighty good.
Nah, I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear it. Let's go.
Uno.
David,
I
know the
really hope you know I'm just talking shit. Like y'all know I'm not.
Yeah, we know.
I'm not actually salty. Like I'm a little salty, but still. Why am I frozen?
Yeah, I'm frozen too.
Okay, there it goes.
Mine was fine.
You know what? I'm gonna go with this little schoolgirl outfit just because this is actually one of my favorites for her too. I ain't even going front.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
The slutty librarian outfit.
It ain't slutty librarian, it's slutty college student. Slutty
think it's
librarian
slutty at all.
is what Rachel be wearing.
You know what? He owned that look too. It's trademark.
I ain't mean it as an insult. I don't mean it as an insult, I'm just saying.
Oh no, I understand.
Hey!
I believe.
Oh, it's a high. Okay. Okay. First of all, you and Miss Facing.
Okay, I saw that. I saw that Dark Beast, that was beautiful.
Oh, I ain't.
I know.
From negative, still beating me out. I hate this fucking game. I'm
What's the
blocking.
name,
I'm literally, you can see me ducking. Get on my face.
So trademark character.
I'm fucking disgusted.
Ooh! Ooh!
I'm also, I'm getting a little intoxicated. Yeah, I was gonna say, you alright, Beast?
Yeah.
But I did not know you played Mila.
A little bit. Not really, though.
But Beast, let me know when you're ready. I can probably, are you free tomorrow, Beast? Before, I can play up until 5 tomorrow. If you're ready and you want to learn some Hanukkah stuff on 6, I'll help you out.
Oh, I probably won't be available.
Okay, let me know when you're ready. Because I'll show you firsthand my Hanukkah. It ain't nothing basic. But it also ain't the best. That was a cute little mix up. I can't lie.
Oh shit. This character is crazy. It's crazy. But it makes
What
sense
it
because
is, privileged ass bitch.
he is the perfect character.
I'll
Alright, Beast,
tag
we gotta
out.
get you out.
Oh my
You
god.
tried to tag out.
Yeah, I tried, yeah.
Nice. Oh, that spacing. How, excuse you, I don't get how you can press all the buttons that you do, Lunas, and beat everybody out, but I can't.
I mean, we only play this only.
I know, and that's what I'm not understanding. I had to back out for a second. I need to go fix a drink. I'm in my feelings.
We can all go to the lobby.
Hello.
I'm in my feelings a little bit because I'm doing the same damn things Luna's doing, but it ain't working.
Lunas is a master.
Oh, he's something that starts with an M.
A male?
MAS is part of it.
Masculine?
Nah, I am not gonna lie. I am a little salty, but I am just also talking shit. If you were a random person that I didn't know, I would be cussing your ass out as hard as I
I'm
could.
still trying to figure out what this N word is. Hold on.
It starts with MASSHER, masher.
Oh.
There you go. Damn.
I'm really
maybe
slow.
that. Maybe that. Me too. I'm thinking master cut. Like, I don't know.
Damn. Okay. Whoa. Look. I said we friends. I'm not about to say all that about you.
Well, I was just trying to figure out what this MAS word was. I'm sorry.
I mean, he said he was a
master
master, and I
mind.
said he's something similar that starts with MAS.
Well, that's why I thought master cut. I didn't know.
Where you would have
I
gotten
thought
that
the
if you're talking about a video game,
I
because
thought the
you ain't a
master had to be
master.
specified.
Nah, I'm a little in my feelings, but at the same time, it's with friends, so it's different. Also, I'm just not used to playing this bad at DOA, if y'all know what I mean.
Uh-huh.
I still feel like I played that somehow.
I've been feeling like I just suck at DOA in general. Like, even when it comes to 6. I hear y'all say that, but like lately I've been on like a big losing streak. Cause I tried to play 6 the other day too, and I lost every single game. And then I'm playing y'all on this, and I'm losing every single game. Like, I've won 1 so far, and that was against Lunas. That was my first game. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm not actually in my feelings like upset about it, but it's just kind of one of those like, what am I doing, David? Let's go. You're supposed to know this.
I don't know. Mine comes in waves. Like right now, like I'm trash at Tekken, so I'm taking a break from it. But when I start being trash on this, then I know it's time for me to play Tekken.
I feel that. I've taken a long break from Tekken. Like, the only time I played recently was with y'all. Aside from that, I'm just taking a break. I'm done with it. I'm over it. It's just, ugh. So I've been focusing on Soul Calibur. It's been my main focus. And Farm. I think you're going to be a little impressed. I found a whole ass badass combo with Taki. You may not like the character, but the little combo I found was pretty dope.
With the
I thought
good
you said you
cream?
didn't like Taki. No,
I
no, no,
don't.
no, no. I'm not talking about that one. I found a new one I haven't showcased yet.
Oh, okay. I'm looking forward to it.
Man, I put in the work.
Oh yeah,
I've been grinding some stuff out.
Yeah, I got Soul Calibur 2 now, so.
Okay, B. So we gonna have to play. Who do you play? I swear to God, if you say Sung Mina, Talim, or fucking any character I hate, I'm blocking you.
Play Maxi, right?
No, I play, right now I play Maxi and,
Ooh, nice grab.
Maxi
I'm not
and
even
who?
mad at it. Gotcha.
Okay. I don't care about the Maxi part. Maxi doesn't bother me. If I lose to a Maxi, that means they put in the work and they understand the stances. I can't do that.
Nah, fuck that shit.
Now, if I lose to a Maxi that don't know what they're doing, just pressing buttons, then I'm gonna be like, you a hoe, your mom's a hoe, and your dog's cousin, his carrot is a hoe.
Yeah, I tried to. Oh shit! Why am I still alive?
that's what I'm trying to figure out. What the?
So we got quiet. I didn't think that was gonna get that awkward. I was kidding. I love you.
Damn it! Good stuff, me.
I don't even think you heard what I said, so I'm fine with it.
I don't think. Wait, who didn't hear it? Me?
You didn't hear it, so I'm good.
No, I didn't hear what you said.
You said something like, why did something? I'm like, cause you a peasant.
I already knew that.
Yeah, I call everybody a peasant. Literally, I said it so much at work. Even my old boss would like tag me and shit on my Facebook that have to do with the word peasant. 'Cause that's all I called anybody at work. She tagged me in a post or posted on my timeline talking about this guy was flying around with one of those planes that have those big banners behind it flowing. And his banner literally said, "Where is your plane, peasant?" And she tagged me. She's like, "David, was this you?"
Oh, he fine.
Can't avoid this fight.
Thank you, bitch. I'm trying. Exactly. Get off your phone. Play a game.
We going down the river, y'all.
Yeah, girl.
Don't you say it, David. Don't you?
What?
I thought you were gonna say, but get it over there.
No, I wasn't. Cause what I was actually about to say, I've been singing all day. I can't sing to save my damn life, but y'all, I've been belting out notes. I don't give a damn. I know Patrick annoyed because he in his room because he in trouble damn near grounded because he ain't been doing his homework and shit. But
they still getting homework?
He got a whooping.
Girl, the work don't stop.
You know, we in an epidemic. No.
We in a pandemic and I got all these assignments due. I don't know if I'm gonna last tomorrow. If I'm gonna be alive.
Nah, he got a whooping because he wasn't doing his work, intentionally failing, and decided to get an attitude.
Damn, that's where I'm at, so I feel it.
Nah, I mean, but you
know
ain't a 12-year-old damn near having to repeat the 7th grade.
Yeah, that's not good. I mean,
So, and then counting an attitude with your daddy about it. I don't discipline Patrick. That's Thomas. That's his son. Like, he's my son, but that's his son. I don't do that. Not my place. But y'all, he's trying to do better though. I'll give him that. And I even like earlier when I told you I was going for a walk, Vaughn. I was going to the store and I picked up a bunch of treats for him. That if he does his work today and gets everything done, I got a soda for him. I got some Oreos. I got some Oreo brownies. I bought a bunch of snacks for him.
oh yeah, brownies.
Little treats.
That
As long as
sounds
he
good.
do what he's supposed to do, I will give him incentive. Do what he, try to help him understand. Do the
You
right
mean
thing.
the Oreo cake stuff?
Let me see what it's called. No, this is like a legit Oreo brownie. It's a straight up Oreo brownie made with
That
cookie
sounds
pieces.
great. I'm so jealous. I've never heard of that.
I've only heard of the cake stands.
So I got
I
that
haven't heard
for
of that
him.
either.
If he do what he's supposed to do today, I got him two 12-packs of Oreo cookies, and we got milk for him, and that Oreo brownie, plus I got him a Big Blue, since I know that's one of his favorite sodas. As long as he do what he got to do, he will get taken care of. And I've already told him that.
Aww.
I want the best for him.
My friend's like, if you don't do that shit, I'm gonna beat your ass again. I'm like, I hate it here.
That's how Tom was looking at it. That's how Tom was looking at it. And I'm not trying to be that way because I dealt with that. I fucking hated it.
Yeah, I feel like
It's
especially seeing on
counterproductive.
Twitter.
It helps, but it also doesn't help. It's counterproductive.
No, I don't, because then I could just start faking shit. You know, I'm like,
Exactly,
here, I got
but
this,
nah,
like,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's counterproductive. You may still be doing stuff and you may do it right, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have a relationship with the person that did that to you in the first place. A strong, true one.
That's a real thing. I mean, my parents beat my ass. I love them.
I mean, I do
But
too.
then
My
again, I
mama
learned from
there was
that.
only a couple times my mama actually ever really raised her hand to me. I deserved every one of them too. One, I ran away, and I was gone for about 2.5 weeks.
Oh yeah, I would have beat your ass too.
I was a missing person. No, here's the thing. My mama didn't even beet my ass.
I would
All
have.
she
Like,
did is when I came home, after we talked on the
my
phone,
bad.
all that stuff, after I came home, the only thing my mama did was backhand me. That was it, and I think that's what hurt the most, because I was expecting a whoop, and I was expecting to get my ass beat. Nah, like, what hurt the most was
divine
that. Intervention. Was my mama not even, she just couldn't even do it. All she could do the second she saw me was just slap. And I saw this woman damn near like about to break. Like she was about to break.
That shit would hurt me.
It did. I guarantee you after that I didn't do a damn thing wrong though. Like all BS aside, that was like my wake up moment. When my mom didn't actually try to whoop me, when my mom didn't do anything crazy or anything like that, when that was the only thing she did, and then she just left the room, went to hers and closed and locked the door like that fucking hit me. I was broke. Any other time my grades bad or anything like look, my mama was strict. If I had less than an 85 to a 90, I was failing. There's a reason I was on the honor roll for so fucking long.
Oh, I feel that. My mother gave me the benefit of the doubt, so
I mean, my mama did too, but the difference was my mom knew I'm a smart guy. I'll own that. I'm a very smart person. You guys give me numbers, I can crunch them within seconds. It's just something I've always been able to do. English, that is my fucking shit. There's a reason, Vaughn, you've seen firsthand the screenshots of my damn place where I post my stories online, which is still motherfucking growing. English is my shit. I've got almost, hold up, well, let me go to it real quick. I've got damn near 5,000 followers right now on my stories. English is my shit. So like my mom knew I was smart. So when I came home with anything below an 85, my mama was pissed. She's like, nah, I ain't trying to hear it.
Make sure you send those 5,000 followers to your YouTube, your Twitch.
Nah, this is for my story. This is writing.
No, I know, but you know they follow in your stories, right? You know, support the artist and the author behind it.
You might be right. And what I've actually been thinking about doing is doing an actual, just like outright read of my stories. Because I get told a lot that I got a radio voice, I got a narrator's voice, all that shit. Especially if I deepen it or, you know, talking a lower octave or anything like that, I could just read my stories to people. So, you know, they might like me. You know what?
Go ahead and give us a demo real quick and go ahead and deepen it right now so we can get a demo real quick.
All right. If you're actually serious, I will.
Yeah, I'm serious.
All right. Let's see. Now, keep in mind, this is a book I wrote kind of a long time ago.
Okay.
And it took me years to finish because I took a long break in between. All right. But this is the intro. Goes, I believe stories are everything. And no matter how small the detail, if you're going to start telling one, you need to follow through with pride. At least, that's what I thought before I entered my English class. Dropping my head to the desk in front of me, I sighed as the teacher droned on about her trip to LA and a failed attempt to save her relationship. Just a few more minutes, I thought to myself. Just a little while longer and I'll be out of this hellhole of a state. Most kids would probably be upset about leaving everything behind. But not me. I have no friends to lose. Not because I didn't want any, but simply because most of the kids at this school were too stupid to hold a conversation longer than 2 minutes unless it involved the latest celebrity or who's dating who.
I am ready.
Alright everyone, since today is Leo's last day of class, I think we should take the last few moments to say something nice about him. Jerking my head up from the desk in front of me, I stared in disbelief at the teacher whose head I now wanted to mount on a flagpole. For an English teacher, she was way too motherly. Always pushing for me to make friends, talk to people, or even get them to talk to me. Couldn't stand it. Almost as much as I couldn't stand her. took everything I had not to break out into laughter as nobody opened their mouth to say a single word. What could they say anyways? Not a one of them knew anything about me. Oh, come on now, I'm sure there's something we can say about him. I will, Miss Evans. Throwing my head to the side, I narrowed my eyes at the school's typical good girl, stood up from her chair and smiled. I couldn't stand this bitch. She knew it. Lauren always had something to say, tried to be friends with everyone, even when they made it clear she needed to go away. But none of those things bothered me compared to her constant attempts at flirting. Every chance she got from middle school up till now, she has tried to sleep with me and just about every other guy in both schools. I sat there listening to her ramble on about things that had never taken place between us, never have, and most definitely never will, until the bell finally rang overhead, releasing a flood of students into the hallways. Walking towards my locker and grabbing everything out, I held my head high with joy as I walked past everyone in this godforsaken school for the last time. What do you think?
I'm liking it so far.
I'm
What did Lauren?
mesmerized.
I'm just trying to figure out what Lauren was saying. They're lying ass.
I wasn't going into detail. This is just like kind of a small intro thing.
Okay. I already hate that bitch, so I just want to say that.
I mean, I hate the bitch too, and I wrote her.
So that's, I know she a lying cunt.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, what do you think? Do you think it would be something that people would actually stop in and like listen to me saying it, listen to me reading it?
I'm sure.
I think so. It caught my attention.
If people are like me and reading puts them to sleep, I definitely would be up and down to sleep.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I
but
appreciate
a really calm
There
voice.
is one story I'm actually, that one, so Mute is finished. That's the one I was just reading from. The one I'm working on right now is called The Sacred Stones, and I've never done a fantasy type story before. And this was one that was I'm kind of pushing myself to do something different. And I cannot tell you how difficult this damn story is for me to write. But as soon as this ish loads and I'm actually able to do my play and my sets, I will read this part. I'll read this first chapter to you because it's all I have of it so far.
Yeah. What happened, Beast? Oh.
Laughed out.
That was weird.
Cause my screen kept saying waiting for a reply from you. I'm like, wait, what?
Same.
What? Oh.
But I can keep reading the story and stuff if you want later, Linus. If you're genuinely interested in wanting to hear how it goes.
I really am now.
I do need to go back and add a lot of stuff to this book. Technically, it is finished, and it's actually it's my second most popular book. Like, hold on, let me actually give you my rating. They're all short stories. Everything I write is a short story. But like, Mute has been on the trending topics of Wattpad for a while. But my most popular one is called Empty Halls. It was the first one I ever wrote, and I was like 14. Okay, so that has over 1 million reads on it.
Go ahead.
I mean, I can send y'all the screenshot proving it too. It was the first thing I ever wrote. And there are grammar issues, there are spelling issues, everything. Like, it is the worst thing ever, but I won't go back and edit it just because it's my baby. It's the first one I ever did, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because it helped, if you look at where I was there and where I got to now, that's the reason behind it. Because I look back at where I was at. Oh, I just remembered something. It didn't help me none, but I remembered it. Nice. Okay, you just mash holding now. Guaranteed. Boop. Oh crap, too early.
Oh, okay.
All because I didn't hold forward. Oh, that's one of the things I forget about her. I know my jab faster than that. My down jab, anyway. I didn't even try to hold. I'm in my story mode now. Like, you got me all messed up.
Sorry.
No, you ain't. It was the plan all along. Nice. That was a beautiful going underneath is what I meant to say. Damn, how do you mash out 2 holds both times and they both work? That's unfair! Oh my god, I hate this game. Bruh, oh my god, you were fucking -14. How was I not able to get my throw?
Is it a negative?
That shit is negative AF. Got me in my goddamn feelings. It's fine!
The poster character, she has to be good.
Fuck that character. I'm just talking mess, shut up.
I know.
Alright, anyway, so do you want Lunas and Vaughn and Beast, do y'all want to hear the other part, like the first chapter of my story, The Sacred Stones?
Is that a continuation of this one, or is this a different
No,
one?
this is the one, the fantasy one that I said that I'm like kind of pushing myself beyond my boundaries to write.
I mean, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Are y'all actually down, or are y'all just humoring me?
No, I'm down.
Okay, I'm just checking.
If I wasn't down, I'd tell you no.
The first chapter is called You Would Have Made a Great Pet. Starts off, there were 3 fundamental aspects of magic. 1, magic was pain. Spells drain the energy of object around you, pulling from their life force before fading away into nothingness, leaving nothing more than a hole where life once was. The stronger the spell, the bigger the damage. 2, magic should never be forced. Taking too much of anything can distort the spell. Taking more than needed for a proper casting could result in something stronger than necessary with the potential for backlash. If the things you drew energy from denied giving you the life force needed and you forcefully took it, the energy could go sour, turning the spell back on you. 3. Magic was a limited resource. Having to draw from the life force of objects around you, there was only so much you could take before nothing existed in that place anymore. I had spent the last 13 years teaching this to our youth, to our students of this academy, to the entire last generation of magic users. 13 years of their life, and even longer of my own, was dedicated to this. But it was all a lie. I stood there, staring in disbelief as the men before me cast spell after spell, but nothing faded. Nothing disappeared as an orb floating overhead began to hum and glow, letting off a soft blue light illuminating the room in its embrace. They were breaking the very rules that had been passed down for centuries with no consequence. Nothing died, nothing faded, but with each small task they completed, by just a simple wave of their hand, magic seemed to flow through the air. 20 minutes ago, my life had been so much simpler. 20 minutes ago, my entire life hadn't been uprooted because I decided to finally accept the promotion towards the president's castle. 20 minutes ago, I completely believed the teachings they spouted to generation after generation. Teachings of faith, belief in a promised land that we would go to after passing. That faith was no longer there. It was ripped away, replaced only with anger and disdain. I could hear the aide talking as he continued to escort me from room to room, going on about how happy the president was to finally have me working for them directly. It was no secret I was one of the strongest casters in the region, arguably one of the strongest in our country, but I knew it was due to my understanding of magic, the relationships I had built with the world around me that made me strong. I never took more than I needed. I never forced the life force from those that refused, even for the most menial of tasks. It was why I had turned down their offers for me to work directly with them for so long. I wanted to teach the next generation to respect the world around them, to know that the only reason they could do the things they do was because the land itself made it possible. I had spent the last 13 years of my life instilling this into the children of today, only to have the rug ripped from underneath me. And this, Anon, he stated, stopping in place, gesturing towards the massive doors that stood before us. This is where we keep the source of it all. He was smug, arrogant, as if talking down to somebody beneath him, all because I hadn't been to this part of a castle. I forced myself to keep composure, to not let them see the anger that was welling up inside of me. There were so many things that could have prevented they could have prevented with a seemingly endless pool of magic. So many lands that were now destroyed, wiped off the face of the earth and replaced with nothingness from magic that had been drawn during the wars. But they had a solution the whole time? Something that could have prevented so many people living in slums and desolate lands, struggling to make life bearable. But they still had a solution the entire time. They kept it hidden away here in the castle, just for them to use. Walking through the threshold and taking in my surroundings, I noticed a number of anti-magic sigils scattered around the room, though curiously, all of them drawn on the ground rather than carved into the stone that held them, and none of them worked against my water magic, my specialty. I recognized this trick. It was something I used on my own students, specifically for those that like to take without asking. I would simply set a trap, covering every magic option that they didn't use, leaving them the only option to use what they were proficient in, allowing me to see exactly who it was that took said trap, based on what it was they used. They were testing me, checking to see if I followed along with what they wanted, which I assumed was secrecy. They set this trap to make sure I wouldn't come back and try to steal from them, to take the very gem that floated in the center of the room. It was smaller in comparison to the ones that floated in the other rooms they showed me. Smoother, perfectly curved into a solid sphere that flashed with a glimmer of light. There was no humming from this one, just the bright sky blue light of the topaz gem as it illuminated the entire room by itself. I studied the room, memorizing every crevice, sigil, even the position of the sphere itself, how quickly it rotated thanks to the small speck of dust that held tight, stuck against it despite the rotations, every 2 seconds. Teaching kids for so long helped me pay attention to details, even the smallest of things. Having to focus on so many students at once, I learned very quickly to pay attention, to notice things, and look closely. It oftentimes helped me identify what students were going through, whether it be emotional trauma or physical abuse at home. I learned to notice the cover-ups, the spells used to hide bruises, cuts, self-harm, everything. Stepping forward toward the gem, I watched a single line of light adjusted itself, shining a solid beam directly at my chest, causing me to stop in place. I could feel a surge of energy as it began to inhale. It was hurting, crying out for help. It wanted to be released. I could feel it begging me, asking everything in its power to take it from captivity. But I couldn't. I wanted to help, to reach out and grab hold and just run. But my legs wouldn't work. I knew they were watching me, making sure that they could trust me with everything they had shown. Looking over at the aide that was showing me around, he stared at me curiously, one eyebrow raised in questioning as the light slowly faded from my chest and returned to the room once again. "What did it say to you?" he asked. I'm sure a little more earnest than he intended. "It's never done that before, never spoken to anyone. It seems it's true what they say about you. The world around you respects it. It respects me because I respect it." My response was colder than I meant for it to be. Realizing how much venom I had in my voice, I quickly apologized for my response, but stated that I took magic seriously and in doing so have built a relationship with the entire universe around me, and that I become defensive when others took magic for granted so often, despite the price the world suffered for it. It actually didn't say anything to me, I lied. It was simply reading me, my intentions. I kept my voice stern and solid, something I often used on my students when they were getting out of hand. It was an attempt at control, to assert myself and let them know I was the one in charge. And much like in my classroom, it worked here. I watched as he took a slight step back from me, eyes opened wide for what couldn't have been more than half a second before returning to his previous spot, though noticeably more tense than before. We stood there in silence. Do I need to stop? Sorry. What?
No, I'm talking to my sister, my bad.
Oh, okay. You want me to continue? I can wait.
Yeah, wait a second.
Okay.
Okay, you're good.
Okay,
You good?
We're done talking.
Okay. Alright, so where did we leave off? Though noticeably more tense than before. We stood there in silence for what seemed like an eternity before he turned on his heels, instructing me to follow him once again. We had made it about halfway down the large hallway before a loud explosion caused us to freeze in place. Screams rang through the air, and as more blasts made their way through the halls, getting closer and closer to where we were standing, flames of all different colors scorched the ground and held tight to the brick walls around them. Keeping them, I just realized I used held tight and holding tight twice, so I'm irritated about that, but held tight to the brick walls around them, holding onto the stone, slowly eroding it away into ash. Taking a defensive stance, I watched as a group of guards were blasted down the hallway, running horizontal towards us, then steadied myself as 3 people came into view. 2 wearing a soldier uniform of our neighbor country, Egros. The 3rd standing out with her own clothing. Part of her hair had been shaved off on the left side of her head, while the rest was combed over towards the right. Long and smooth, it flowed freely between covering her right eye and getting pushed out of the way from her hand. Dark eyeshadow covered just above her piercing purple eyes. Her shirt seemed a little too low cut, giving a slight peek at cleavage that was clearly put on display for her own purposes. Long black and blue boots stretched up just past her knees as her skirt flowed freely with each step she took. It was far too short to actually be of use in covering her body, getting constant glimpses of a bright yellow undergarment. Her lips were as dark as the eyeshadow she wore in excess, and as she spoke, her teeth became visible. Perfectly straight and white, obviously well maintained. She was breathtaking, something she clearly took pride in based on her clothing choices. "That's it," she asked, almost chuckling. "This is the best defense you could muster to protect your life, chum." Her voice was cold and carried a slight rasp to it. Nothing overwhelming, but enough to notice it was there, almost as if she was losing her ability to talk. No doubt from screaming. I knew exactly who she was, and really had made quite a name for herself in the war 2 years ago. The war that resulted in a peace treaty being signed into effect after their country attempted to invade ours, but lost in the process. I had taught my last year's students about her, the cruel ways she tortured her victims, slowly incinerating their flesh inch by inch, until they either went mad with agony or burned alive, leaving nothing more than a charred corpse where their body once was. She never stopped moving forward towards the doors behind us, making her way to the life gem. Giving her arm a small wave, I watched as the aide who had been escorting me burst into a bright yellow flame. His body dropped to the ground immediately as he writhed in pain, letting blood-curdling screams as his flesh began to melt from his body. He wasn't going to last much longer, and I didn't want his last moments to be this hell. Raising my right arm just enough to point towards him, I pulled the remaining water and blood from his insides, killing him instantly, and now giving myself a means to defend myself against her fire as both pools of liquid flowed freely around me. Narrowing her eyes and glaring, I watched as the flames that surrounded her hands grew in intensity, as her anger began to rise to new heights. "That was my kill," she growled before raising her arms and shooting a blast of flames in my direction. I could feel the air around me skyrocket in temperature as the attack came closer and closer, moving swiftly to the left and allowing my arm to glide through the free space around me. I used both pools of liquid at my disposal to contain the flame and redirect it back towards her, and watched in shock as she simply brushed the attack away, allowing it to collide with the very soldiers she had come here with, causing their bodies to explode upon impact with flame, scattering their blood and insides all over the hall. How was she able to cast without consuming the life force of objects around her? Even to make the pools of liquid I had swirling around me, I had to take the life of someone else, suffering or not. Yet she seemed to have an unlimited source of magic, allowing her to throw fire attack after fire attack, constantly pushing me backwards towards the doors behind me. The blood and water I had siphoned from the body previously was getting smaller and smaller as each burst of flames I defended myself against, causing them to both evaporate with each attack she threw my way. Her assaults were becoming stronger. As each time I threw them to the side, she became more angry, causing her to ramp up the strength of her spells. I needed her to keep pressing her advantage, to make her think she was winning, pushing me back further and further. I needed to get to the room behind me. If I could do that, I could take control back. Dodging another attack by flipping backwards, I finally saw her weak point. what it was that allowed her to cast spell after spell with no repercussions. A small, bright red gem hung around her neck, the light gaining in intensity with each spell she had cast. I had to time this correctly. My back was to the doors behind me. The next blast would connect no matter what it was I did, but I could make sure I didn't take the brunt of it. Positioning the last bit of blood and water I had in front of me, I braced myself for the next assault that would surely blast me through the doors, but made sure to set a small section of water to the side, just small enough that it wouldn't be seen. Throwing my spell out at the same time as hers, I had to curve mine slightly around, keeping some of my life force to guide the water where I needed it to go. Right as it connected to the gem I was aiming for, I threw my arms back, ripping it from her neck as the spell collided with my defense, blowing me backwards and through the doors behind me. But I watched as the gem I ripped from her neck fell short of my goal, only dropping a few feet in front of her. I could feel my skin burning as the water and blood that had been blasted backwards onto my skin grew in temperatures from the flames they had just defended me from. Standing as quickly as I could, I rushed to the front of the life gem that the aide brought me to earlier, blocking her path towards it. Where the hell was the rest of the guard? Where was the president? Why was there no one here to help me protect it? Making her way into the room, I could see the red gem glowing brightly around her neck once more from where she had picked it up after my failed attempt to take it from her. Taking another step forward, she entered the room, and entering the room, I watched as she smiled and let two large balls of flames dance above her hands, staring forwards and locking her eyes to mine. It's a shame to kill someone so handsome, she stated, lifting her arms. You would have made a great pet. And that's all I have so far.
Huh. See I like stuff like that though. I like when
was going to say, you said, that's not the response. I was like, is it bad?
No, I for me, like, usually what catches my attention with stories or even shows is like when shit hits the fan right away, because it's like, damn, bitch, we in this shit. Like, what's gonna happen?
You'll enjoy this.
So, like, was it actually okay? Like, what do y'all think I could do better on?
I don't like reading, so I probably cannot help you.
I can't stand your ass.
I mean, I don't think there's ever been a story that actually captivated me to read.
Damn.
How you doing?
What? Really?
Yeah, I don't like
love
reading
to read
at all.
Not one fish, two fish?
Not
Really?
Damn. Really? Did you really just bring up Dr. Seuss like right now? Hey, Rod. Oh God, Rod, did you just hear my pitiful attempt at a story?
He heard like the end of it.
That's for the best. I've never written anything fantasy-wise ever in my life, so this is something I'm pushing myself outside of my norm.
So the other stories are based on true events.
That's why this is so difficult, because I don't know any kind of elements or anything like that, so this is difficult.
Okay, I see.
I do love to write. I'm most popular. Again, that's the new one I'm starting. I've only posted the first. That's all I have on there so far.
I like it. And you said these are short stories?
That was literally chapter 1.
I know. How many chapters does the short story have?
Like, well, it depends. Most of my chapters are only like 2 to 3 pages.
She doesn't make him a pet though, huh?
I mean, I don't know yet. Obviously, he's one of the main characters, so probably not. But Anon, so this is that's like kind of a prelude to where I'm getting to. And I actually did a lot of research, like even on my on that character's name, Anon. His name means water, which is why, you know, I've referenced the whole spell casting with water.
Yeah.
I've been putting work into this because I want to make sure if I'm going to do this, I want to do it right. And that's why I was very quick to like reiterate the fact that, you know, it's weird that she can cast magic with just that gem, but in order for him to even be able to create a defensive spell, he had to kill somebody. You know, I'm trying to stay true to every aspect and every angle put in. and it's not something I'm used to. Usually, what I write is like young adult stuff to help kids that are going through high school, especially coming out and stuff like that. Handling different aspects of it, different aspects of life.